Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Blanchard Woods Park in Evans, Georgia, and welcome into Championship Sunday here in the Peach Belt Conference. Hi, everyone. Rickson Lane joining you live this afternoon on the PBC Network as we get ready for the battle of the top two teams in the Peach Belt Conference and two of the top teams in all of America in Division II men's soccer. It's top-seeded and second-ranked Young Harris against second-seeded and seventh-ranked Lander, and it's for the Peach Belt Conference tournament title here this afternoon in Evans, Georgia. Weather has improved drastically from where we were 2 days ago when these two teams slogged through the rain and the mud to make their way through the semifinals and into the championship. These have been the two premier programs in this league for the past 4 seasons, and now they will fight here again for the third time in 4 years for the conference tournament championship. We'll give you the starters now. First for the Lander Bearcats, the second seed. They are wearing the visiting road blue today. Lander will have Jacob Withers in keeper today for the Bearcats. He is a freshman from North Augusta, South Carolina. George Knight, a junior from Basingstoke, England. Richard Bryan, a senior from Enfield, England. Jordan Skelton, a senior from Newcastle, England. Kyle Ferguson, a sophomore from Hamilton, Scotland. And Luke Norker, a sophomore from Decatur, Georgia, and Oakley Hanger, a junior from Southampton, England. Those are the defenders today for Lander. In the midfield for the Bearcats, as I look down at the lineup, the Bearcats also going with Matthew Ridley, a freshman from Hartlepool, England, so a heavy defensive lineup for Lander today. The midfielders for the Bearcats are Oliver Brock, a senior from Mansfield, England, Sinclair Sandy, a senior from London, England, and Sia Jamadar, a senior from Patia, Sweden. Meanwhile, the Young Harris Mountain Lions, they will go with Christian Chelsby, a freshman from Oslo, Norway. He'll be between the pipes this afternoon for the top-seeded Mountain Lions. The defenders are Alex Schwinn, a freshman from Munich, Germany. Danny Fisher, a sophomore from Bruckenderlethe, Austria. They will also have, along that back line this afternoon, James Thomas, a junior from Woking, England, and Kevin Koifik, a junior from Lorient, France. The midfielders for Young Harris today, Alex Jack, a senior out of France. They'll also have Val Feeney, a junior from Rascrea, Ireland. Number 11 is Carlos Gomez, a senior from Algete, Spain. And number 18, Jessen Vanderpluim, a freshman from Rotterdam, Netherlands. The two forwards for Young Harris, Mikey Rowe, the senior from Wexford, Ireland, and Seba Andreasen, a sophomore from Alesund, Norway. Young Harris in the home white tops and purple shorts. As the two teams break and will meet on their respective ends of the pitch, and we're just about ready to get underway here on Championship Sunday in the Peach Belt Conference. A beautiful Sunday afternoon here at Blanchard Woods Park in Evans, Georgia. Temperatures in the upper 60s. That's about where they'll stay for the remainder of the afternoon. Those of you that are interested in staying with us all day, you'll be treated to the Women's Championship starting around 3 o'clock as top-seeded Columbus State will take on the surprise of the tournament, 7th-seeded Georgia College. As you look down at the pitch, you can see that the field in much better shape than it was Friday afternoon when these two clubs were playing in their respective semifinal matches. They have put the sand down around the keeper areas to try to hasten the drying process around the goals. And all in all, the only weather complaint the fans will have is the high breezes that are blowing. As Lander kicks it off and we're underway. Bearcats in blue, Young Harris in white, as Lander plays it along their back end. Slightly misstep there from Matthew Ridley. He's in the starting lineup after coming off the bench the majority of the season for the Bearcats. Now Ferguson puts in the middle to Brock. These teams already have faced one another once this season during the regular season slate in what was one of the biggest matches of the year in the conference. Young Harris defeated Lander and Greenwood by a score of 3-0 as Knight sends a cross and bicycle kick attempted by Bryan. Hanger's going to put it back into the goal area before this catch is made by Chelsby. So quickly Lander, in the opening 50 seconds, they apply a little bit of offensive pressure, but Young Harris able to withstand. Young Harris with a 2-1 victory over Francis Marion Friday afternoon in our first semifinal match of the weekend. They actually trailed the Patriots after the opening 45 minutes. It was just the second time all season that Young Harris had fallen behind at halftime. As that pass is intercepted as the Mountain Lions' Thomas comes away with it. Now it goes back to Schwinn. But this Mountain Lion attack so unrelenting. 2 goals in the second period that ended Francis Marion's upset bid and gave the Mountain Lions their 4th appearance in the conference championship in the last 5 seasons. There's a long pass ahead to Thomas. Hanger trying to guard him near side. Thomas will turn it back. It goes once more to Schwinn. They'll put it in the middle now, Feeney. Feeney on the run, surrounded by blue uniforms. And the ball headed off by Jemadar. Sliding tackle attempted, free ball. Hanger goes after it, and Hanger going to get called for a foul. So I have a free kick opportunity for Young Harris, and it will be taken by Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year, Mikey Rowe. Rowe, who has been phenomenal this season for the Mountain Lions, one of the nation's top goal scorers, and he'll have an opportunity to put his club on top. Here in the 3rd minute, testing the freshman keeper, Jacob Withers. Withers sets his wall in front of him, and he's ready to go. Rowe going to deliver, and Withers got a piece of it and punched it wide of the post. A ball curving, and from here it looked like that ball might not have found the net even if Withers had let it go, but obviously keeper did not want to take any chances with allowing Young Harris to grab an early lead. So the Mountain Lions will have their corner kick, not taken particularly well, right into the body of Narker, and now Lander wants to go and run the other way, but Young Harris wins the ball back. And now a whistle and a foul against the Mountain Lions. Looking down on that Bearcat bench, one noticeable absentee from Lander's starting lineup. That's Tyler Bolton, who is the reigning conference tournament MVP. Last season was named this tournament's most outstanding player, but he is on the bench today and not dressed out. Appears to be dealing with some sort of lower body injury. And that is a big blow to this Bearcat club. Bolton, really the heart and soul of this team in the middle of the pitch particularly. Long ball sent off by Withers. Now the Mountain Lions want to counter. Nobody home. This Bearcats will send it back to their keeper. Skelton under pressure. Back it goes to Withers. Young Harris offensively trying to spread out and take away passing lanes for Withers, who just sends it long for Knight. Knight's got Sandy in the area. And the ball chased down. Plume trying to get to it. And Narker came away with it over to Sandy. And Sandy wants to turn and go down the far sideline. But the ball won back by the Mountain Lion defense. Young Harris playing the ball in the middle of the pitch. They'll swing it near side. Thomas now. Hanger was there, and now Bryan comes away with it. Bryan in the middle. He's going to fire and hit high and wide. Well, a shot on the way from Bryan there, but well off the mark, and players are going to have to work with this wind that's blowing. It is blowing away from our viewpoint, so towards the bleachers. The ball likely would have been much too high regardless. But Bryan taking a crack at it there and trying to test out the freshman keeper, Chelsby. It is a battle of freshman goalkeepers this afternoon here at Blanchard Woods Park, which is not necessarily something you're accustomed to seeing in a conference tournament title. As Landers defense turns away a Young Harris attack. Sandy plastered from behind by Thomas. And Thomas going to get called for a foul. Check it, that was Van Plume, pardon me. Vanderplume, who just hammered the senior out of London from behind on that header opportunity. So foul against the Mountain Lions, and Lander will have possession. Chelsby making just his 5th start of the season. He's played nearly 400 minutes in goal, now more than 400. Has allowed 4 goals and 7 saves, a save percentage of .636. Has faced now 25 shots on the year. He is starting today in the place of Alex Iglesias, junior from Alicante, Spain, who's dealing with an injury. Don't know if his availability today. He might be someone that Young Harris and head coach Mark McKeever could go to if need be, but he is not in the starting 11. And then look like Knight hit in the face. Knight still down right of the box as the whistle goes against Young Harris. And now the clock will stop. Here in the 8th minute, Bearcats will have a free kick. This will be Brock to take it. Brock, who tallied a goal and an assist in Landers' semifinal win over Clayton State on Friday. The senior from Mansfield, England, will line it up from the right corner of the box. Mountain Lions set up defensively as Brock sends it in. Curving, punched out by Chelsby. A race for the ball in the middle of the pitch. 2 blue jerseys in the area. And a whistle against Lander. So Young Harris with possession. The Mountain Lions will bring it down near side. The ball booted off of Bryan. A long throw near side. Skelton got in front of that one. Looked like it was intended for Andreasen. Skelton chips it on to Hanger. A lot of athletic plays here early on, and then a late whistle. This one will go against Jamadar after he and Rowe had gotten tied up and then appeared to disengage from one another. Jamadar whistled for the foul, and now another free kick opportunity for Rowe. Now Rowe is actually going to switch off, and the free kick will be taken by Fisher. And it looks like Fisher is going to try to send a cross in as he's angled his body well away from the goal. Now we'll send it in. And that ball rolls over the end line, deflected off of Lander. Withers tried to save it, but corner kick opportunity number 2 on the day for Young Harris. Ball sent on. Withers got a piece of it. Over the end line, and another corner attempt coming up for the Mountain Lions. So the Mountain Lions will set up from the far corner this time. That's where their first corner kick attempt came from. Ball delivered in and headed wide. Scoring opportunity for Young Harris, but they're unable to convert. It will lead to a goal kick for the Bearcats. Withers making his 13th start, the other freshman keeper in this match. Over 1,130 minutes in goal for him this year. He, like Chelsby, did not start the season as the starter. But unlike Chelsby, he has become the starter throughout the course of this 2018 campaign for Lander. Allowed 4 goals and .886 save percentage. That's tops in the league. The ball out of play off of Lander. Chelsby will have the goal kick. Chelsby sends it near side to Schwinn. Pass into the middle, taken by Ferguson. And now Brock weaves to his right, on to Sandy, but shielded away defensively. And the Mountain Lions come out with it. That was tough defense there from Jack. The 11th minute of play. Young Harris and Lander in the Conference Tournament Championship. The top 2 teams in the league represented here in the title bout. Ridley, a long pass on to Knight, had some mustard on it, and Knight couldn't quite bring it down. Mountain Lions wanted to run down to this near corner. Pass a bit off target as Hanger sends it away over the midfield stripe. See 2 Bearcat defenders at the top of the formation, Bryan and Knight. So although we said in the open that Lander did have a defender-heavy lineup, and they do, it's what the positions that Knight and Bryan are listed at. However, they're certainly working more as attackers today. Now a long pass ahead, Andreasen got behind the defense. Take it, that was Thomas who was behind everyone. And the ball booted as Narker tries to save it. And it'll be out of play and a throw in to Young Harris. Ball crossed on, Jamadar. Head it free for a moment. Now a loose ball. Knight comes away with it, wants to run far side. Whistle and foul against the Mountain Lions. So Bearcat free kick here in the 14th minute. Ball headed away by Young Harris. Shot blocked by the Lion defense. Brock sends it back to Ridley. These Mountain Lions, as we mentioned, trailed Francis Marion 1-0 at halftime of the semifinal match Friday, but 2 goals in the second half, both from Andreasen. Allowed Young Harris to move on to this championship. After they missed the championship last year, they were upset by North Georgia in the semifinals here in Evans. This Young Harris team ranked number 2 in the country, their highest national ranking of the season. Lander, for their part, ranked 7th, also their highest ranking all year. Both these teams are expected to be hosting regionals next week at their respective campuses. Knight trying to break free. Ball poked back, and like Narker came away with it. Narker will send it to Hanger on the left. Hanger's pass on to Bryan. Bryan wants to hesitate, now cut back in the middle. Going to send the ball in, but too strong as Chelsby comes out to collect it. Chelsby will roll it out to Schwinn. We are in minute 16. Scoreless between Lander and Young Harris. Long ball sent on, and it'll bounce harmlessly to Withers. Mountain Lions working into the middle, now sent near side. Schwinn had Hanger charging in on him. And a whistle and a foul will go against Hanger. All sent on. Withers once again collects it on a hop and will quickly roll it out Jamadar. Jamadar, with a man behind him, wanted to send it on to Knight, but stepping up to intercept the pass was Koifik. Now into the middle. Sliding tackle made by Ferguson. Like Andreasen wanted to try to wind up for a shot attempt. Bryan passes it far side Narker. Narker with some room to work as Young Harris tries to force him to the sideline. Fight for the ball. Sandy came out with it. Sandy sliding pass to Knight. Knight trying to free himself up. Sandy slow to get up for the Bearcats as Young Harris counters back the other way. No whistle against Lander. Schwinn on the near side. It's back over to Feeney. Young Harris works the ball right to left. Ball sent on a little too hard, but a nice cross into the box, but Lander had Skelton, the senior captain, in position to clear it away, although Young Harris will have another chance to set the offense up and take another crack at it. Ball in the middle. Hanger intercepts the pass. Poke down to the near sideline. Running for it. Ferguson trying to keep it in play. Heel kicks it back, and this is Andreasen. Check it. Thomas going to send it in. Headed away. It was Thomas near side that had a space and had the opening to cross that ball into the box. Young Harris now possessing the ball in Lander's half of the pitch here pretty consistently in these last few minutes as that one sent harmlessly into the box. Nobody home for the Mountain Lion attack. Withers will come walk it out. Scoreless match here in our 20th minute. Lander and Young Harris. For the 4th time in 5 seasons, these two clubs have faced each other here in the title match. So, pardon me, it's the 3rd time in the last 4 years. Young Harris is in this game for the 4th time in 5 seasons. Lander is in this match for the 4th consecutive year. Again, last year, North Georgia crashed the party and made it into the title match. Upset these Mountain Lions in the process. A whistle and foul against Oliver Brock for Lander. Bearcats are searching for their 6th conference tournament title. Young Harris trying to win their 4th tournament championship. They put together a three-peat from 2014 to 16. Of course, did not make the championship last year in a bid to win their 4th. So Rowe and Fisher are both there now, and now Fisher will break off. Rowe will approach the ball, now back up. Going to try again. Crosses it in. And it's wide, and we'll get a foul against the Mountain Lions. Maybe an offside call. Regardless, Lander goal kick here in minute 21. Ball sent away by Shelsby, and out of play, be a throw in to the Mountain Lions. Ball chased back to midfield. Ball across on the far sideline. A throw in to Young Harris once more. Bryan defending Schwinn on the near side. Ball sent in, and Withers will come up and scoop it up on a second hop. Young Harris attackers were closing in. Scoreless here in the Conference Tournament Championship. Good to have you with us today on the PBC Network. Ball out of play, another throw into Young Harris. Another ball into the box, but that one cleared away Skelton. Young Harris will throw in once more. Pass deflected and off of Bryan. "26th minute of action as Young Harris will give it away. A throw in like it went off of Vanderploom. Hanger a deep throw in and headed away by Schwinn. A lot of conversation between our officials and coaches, and the intensity of this match revving up. These two clubs that are very familiar with one another. Players that have played against each other here in the conference and in summer leagues, and coaches that have coached with and against the players on the other side. Jamadar going to send it on. Hanger called for an offsides violation. So Young Harris will regroup and set up with the ball on the near sideline. Pass into the middle. Mountain Lions try to work it back to Vanderploom, who crosses it away. Ball sent on, headed away by Skelton. Young Harris had it in front of the net. Now they send right side. Shot on the way, rolled into Withers. A shot attempt by Andreasen. Not his best effort, and Withers was there to take it. One of the cleanest looks that either club has gotten early on in this match. But Withers with no problem there. Long throw in from the Mountain Lions far side. Headed by Skelton. Brock trying to direct traffic, gives to Hanger near side. Hanger back to Brock. Brock's going to send it long. Narker, his intended target. Narker able to run it down on the sideline. Out of play, throw into Lander. Here in minute 30. No score between Lander and Young Harris. Brock. We'll send it right side, Bryan. Ball turned away by the Mountain Line defense. Hanger trying to keep possession for Lander, and he does. And the ball given away by the Bearcats. So we'll have our first substitution, as Young Harris will send on Macaulay King, a senior from Narborough, England. King coming in to replace James Thomas. We'll head to the bench. Ball out of play to the Mountain Lions once more. Bearcats cleared out of danger for the moment. Mountain Lions still with an opportunity to counter. Sent into the box. Still alive. Headed by Lander. And Jamadar comes out with it. Hanger trying to free himself defensively from Thomas. And Young Harris, so they'll tackle it off one another. They had two Mountain Lions in the area. So the Bearcats go to their bench now, and Thibaut Chrétien will check into the match, a sophomore from Laval, France, a first-team all-conference selection. So he will come in now. Ball bouncing around the net, and Schwind, pardon me, that is Chelsby who comes out to get it. Oh, Sandy was in the area. He was shielded away, but that ball bounced free for a long time. Now Young Harris wants to counter quickly. A long run down the sideline, sliding tackle made by Narker. Minute 33, and Lander and Young Harris scoreless here in Evans, Georgia. Thomas switching direction, now wants to make a drive. He sends it right side to Andreasen. Mountain Line trying to work an attack there as Ferguson denied it. Poked it out of bounds and go off of Young Harris, it appears. Either that or an offsides call. Couldn't quite see the official from here. In the 34th minute here, this conference tournament title match. Out of play, back to Young Harris.
Coming into the game for Young Harris is number 10, Benny Hedane.
Mehdi Hadain, a senior from Lorient, France, will check in for the Mountain Lions now. Young Harris goes back to its bench. Mountain Lions still with possession. And the ball out of play. Back to Lander. This is Bryan. Lost his footing, but able to recover. Pokes it back to Brock here in minute 36. Now Ridley. Send it long for Bryan in the corner. Sends on to Narker. Narker wants to run and cannot keep it in play. Opportunity there for Lander, but the ball a touch too hard from Narker. Jamadar, take it Chrétien on to Hanger. Hanger going to cross it back in. Sandy's got it. Going to send it on. A shot well high. Bryan sails that one into the woods. Chelsby will set up to take the goal kick for Young Harris. Sandy giving chase as Chelsby boots it away. .38th minute, and still we remain scoreless. Lions wanted a foul call, won't get it, pass on. Hanger slid out in front of it. The Mountain Lions win it back, and Thomas put it back into the middle. Cross shot, and the ball over the net. Off of Rowe. The clock will stop in the 39th minute. Young Harris sends Sondre Olsen into the match, a freshman from Tromsø, Norway. Bearcats will counter with Robbie Young, junior from Motherwell, Scotland. Sandy comes out for the Bearcats, and Andreasen will have a seat for the Mountain Lions. Ball roll into Chelsby. Collect it without incident. Ball chased all the way back as Schwinn tries to collect it. Over to Chelsby it goes. So we enter the 40th minute of the first period. Young pokes it on to Jamadar. Jamadar wanted to give it right back to him. And a whistle and a foul against the Mountain Lions. Whistle and a free kick set up for Lander. Pass intercepted by the Mountain Lions as Lander was trying to work it into Bryan. A long run. Skelton stepped in front of it, and then Thomas able to win it back. Jamadar now takes it back for Lander. His pass too strong for the intended target, Young. And the ball cleared back to the keeper by Koifik. Over the out-of-bounds line, far side, and that'll be a throw-in to the Bearcats. Young Harris trying to find the first goal of the match here in the 42nd minute. On the far side. Play to the box. Bryan will come away with it. Poked out and a throw-in coming up for the Mountain Lions. Credian steps in front of that pass. Another throw-in for Young Harris. Ball sent on, headed high, still free, headed towards the net. Hanger will take it as Withers concedes. And Withers, or check it, Hanger will send it to midfield in the near sideline. 43rd minute now. Mountain Lions trying to counter. Hadane sends it in, headed away by Skelton. Chrétien on to Young. Young wanted to send it to Narker, but Young Harris defensively steps in front of the pass. Now free ball in the middle of the pitch. Chrétien trying to get it. Young applying pressure for Lander as the Mountain Lions working on their back line. Pass over the head of the intended target, Thomas. And a throw-in coming for the Bearcats as we enter the 44th minute. Bryce Baye will check in. Baye, a junior from Brussels, Belgium. Narker comes out for the Bearcats. Skelton trying to head it back over to Bryan. Now Chrétien. Chrétien in the middle, onto Baye. Baye's pass intended for Young, but cleared away by the Mountain Lion back line. Ball out of bounds. right in midfield. It'll be a throw-in for Young Harris's. Schwinn who will take it in the final minute of the first period. Scoreless between Young Harris and Lander. Ball taken by Young. Send it on Chrétien. Chrétien to the end line. Out of play. And a goal kick awarded to Young Harris. So with 20 seconds remaining, Chelsby will back up and prepare for this one. Young Harris will likely get the final scoring opportunity here. Chelsby sends it away with 10 seconds. Down to 5. They're just going to have to boot one long, and they do. The Mountain Lions will run out of time. We played a scoreless opening 45 minutes here in the Conference Tournament Championship match. Young Harris and Lander, 1-2 in the league, 2-7 in the nation. Scoreless after 45. We'll step aside, come back with second period action from the Peachville Conference Tournament Men's Soccer Championship live in Blanchard Woods Park in Evans, Georgia. You're listening to Peachville Conference Soccer live on the PBC Network. championship match between top-seeded Young Harris and second-seeded Lander. Scoreless after the opening period here in Evans as the Bearcats and Mountain Lions fight to a 0-0 first period. Stats for you from the first half. A 6-5 advantage in shots for Lander over Young Harris. The Mountain Lions attempted 3 corner kicks in the opening 45 minutes. Lander has not had a corner kick yet today. 12 fouls called in the first period, 7 against the Bearcats, 5 against the Mountain Lions. Both keepers, a couple of freshmen, and Christian Chelsby and Jacob Withers each made 3 saves in the first period. The shot attempts in the first period, 2 from Mikey Rowe for Young Harris. He was the only Mountain Lion with multiple shots in the first half. Fisher, Andreasen, and Mayer each attempted 1. Rowe, Andreasen, and Mayer all with 1 shot on goal. Meanwhile, Richard Bryan led all players with 3 shot attempts in the first period. Brock, Narker, and Hanger also added shots for the Bearcats. It was Bryan, Brock, and Hanger whose shots were on target. Mountain Lions went to the bench for 4 substitutes in the first period. Lander used 3 players off the bench. Mountain Lions combined 33 minutes of action from their subs. Lander used their subs for a combined total of 22 minutes as we are underway here in the second period, and Young Harris will kick it off. The Mountain Lions will be going right to left in this period. Lander attacking left to right. An early turnover there as Young Harris will boot it out of bounds. Mountain Lions send it to Lander's half of the pitch. A whistle on a foul against Young Harris. In fact, will be a throw-in, pardon me, for the Bearcats as Narker sends it long. One to get to Knight. The ball cleared away. On the pitch here in this second period. That ball rolling towards the end line. Withers is going to save it and boot it out of bounds. For Young Harris, it's Chelsby in goal, and then Schwinn, Fisher, Jack, Feeney, Rowe, Gomez, Andreasen, Thomas, Koifik, and King. Meanwhile, for Lander, Withers in goal, and Knight, Bryan, Skelton, Ridley, Ferguson, Brock, Sandy, Chrétien, Narker, and Hanger on the pitch. Long throw in from King. Ball played about in the box for a moment. Narker tried to boot it away. Mountain Lions got in front of it. Now Chrétien trying to run. He's upended. And we'll have a foul call on Macaulay King. King whistled for the infraction. Free kick coming for Lander. Here in minute 47, the scoreless Peach Bell Conference Tournament title match. Ball to Narker, right of the box. Narker wanted to send it in, deflected. Now Sandy, push it left side. That's Hanger. Hanger on a cross back in the middle. King cleared it out with the header. And the ball sent in and collected by Chelsby as Knight came charging on, trying to force a defensive miscue from the freshman. Chrétien had it at his feet for a moment before ball lost back to Fisher. Young Harris will work it to the far side. These two teams, undoubtedly the top two programs in the conference here in 2018, and they have been for the past few seasons. The cream of the crop in the Peach Belt. Now Young Harris on the run. Far side ball crossed, headed high and out of play, and it'll be the fourth corner kick of the day coming up for Young Harris. Mountain Lions will take it from the far side. High cross to the near post and headed off the back of Knight and out of play. Young Harris will get another crack at it. Ball sent in, headed away by Lander. Still beyond the box and a shot deflected. All the way out to Thomas. Chrétien got a piece of it and Lander comes away with it. Tries to work it into Bryan, but white jerseys converge on him. We'll have a stoppage of play. There's a Mountain Lion player down back in front of Lander's goal. Withers stood there with him until the officials stopped the clock. Both squads trying to rally the troops here as the injured Mountain Lion is tended to. Even though this is a match that you look at it and ultimately likely will have no bearing on NCAA tournament region standings, both teams really know that they're going to be hosting regional, know the seed they will be, but that does not matter here today. These are two clubs that desperately want to win this tournament title. Mikey Rowe will check back in for Young Harris. We resume action. Narker. Get that out as Ridley's pass was deflected. Be a throw in to the Bearcats. Long throw from Narker. Back into the middle. Bryan tackled. Young Harris will then be awarded a kick as Lander whistled for a foul as Knight the guilty party. Ball sent near side to Fisher. Fisher going to send one on to the goal, but right into the midst of Withers. Withers will boot it away. Knight was sandwiched by a pair of defenders and no space for him to go and get that header. Ball sent on. Chrétien Battle for it as the Mountain Lions come out with it. Now this is King. Pass it off near side to Fisher. Fisher's pass deflected by Sandy. Skelton trying to battle for it. Now ball free beyond the box, and a foul against Young Harris. Ridley was wrapped up around the waist. .53rd minute of action. Lander and Young Harris scoreless here in Blanchard Woods Park. Glad to have you join us for this one on the PBC Network. And a reminder, you'll see the Women's Championship match at the conclusion of this one. Top-seeded Columbus State against 7th-seeded Georgia College. Sandy is off to Hanger. On to Chrétien. And the ball knocked out of play by Young Harris. Narker going to take the throw in for the Bearcats. It's a high one into the box. Mountain Lions converge and head it away. For the first time today, Lander will have a corner kick, but there are 2 Mountain Lions down. It looks like both of the defenders that went up to head that ball are injured. So in the 54th minute, we'll have another stoppage of play. Young Harris and Lander, the top 2 teams in the league all season, doing battle here this afternoon in Evans, Georgia. It's the 3rd time in the last 4 seasons these clubs have met. The Conference Tournament Championship. Young Harris won both of those meetings back in 2015 and 16 as Young Harris will substitute now as Jessen Vanderploem checks in, replacing Alex Schwind. Corner kick on the way. Punched away by Chelsby. Bearcats will take another crack at it. Another ball sent in. That's a low line drive. Sent over the far sideline. Lander throw in. So Narker will take this one again. Skelton with his arm raised. He wanted the throw. Brock heads it. Fight for it. King clears it away. Sandy will send it back and boot it deep. Withers way out of goal. Pokes it on. And now the shot attempt from Rowe is wide right. He had an open opportunity. Just missed it off target. Vanderploem out. And Schwind back in the match. Withers will set up for the goal kick. Narker came racing up near side, had nobody around him before Young Harris recovered. Withers' kick will sail over everybody and out of play at midfield on the far side of the pitch. King brings it up near side, gives off to Fisher. Fisher going to send it in, headed out momentarily by the Bearcats, but Young Harris takes possession, far corner. Trying to split a double team. The Mountain Lions do. Ball sent in. Knocked free once more. Will be another throw in for Young Harris in this 0-0 match. Throw in bodied away by Lander. But King again will cross it in. Skelton got a piece of it. Chrétien trying to get Lander going offensively. As Knight is tangled up with a Mountain Lion. Young Harris takes it back to their defense. And a whistle and a foul against Hanger. Looks like Andreasen may have been the man who went down for the Mountain Lions. The clock continues to tick here in the 58th minute. King will take the free kick. And ushered wide of the goal by Withers. Withers sends it to Narker. Once again, Narker had worked himself free on the near side with nobody in front of him. Chrétien trying to work and win it back for Lander. Instead, ball taken by Jack. In the middle, Skelton. Pass intercepted. That was Gomez who stepped in front of it. And Lander clears it deep. Koifik will chase it down in the back end for Young Harris. Deep ball sent on. Withers able to snag it. 59th minute in the second period. No score between these two conference rivals. Withers will send it long. Intended for Knight, who wants to head it on to Bryan. Too many white jerseys. King calling for the ball in the middle of the pitch. Instead, the Mountain Lions want to send it on. Brock that stole the pass away. And then Chrétien tackled. Foul on Macaulay King. Oliver Brock will take the free kick from just beyond the midfield logo here. Brock sends it in. Still free on the far side of the box, and Young Harris boots it away. Brock, the lone man back for Lander. The Bearcats have sent all their tall defenders into the box area. Now a foot race for the ball near side. As Alex Jack wins it. Skelton recovers and boots it out of play near sideline. So a throw-in taken by Fisher here in minute 61. Header won by Ridley. The Mountain Lions come away with possession. All sent back into the defensive area. It's Koifik. Send near side Fisher. A touch by the Mountain Lions. And they tried to turn and get it back to Fisher in the middle. Instead, Andreasen. In the middle of the pitch, gives it away. Back to Jack. Jack will go to Fisher. Fisher going to cross it on. Mountain Lions in the area, but over the in line. And a goal kick for Lander. Withers preparing to take the goal kick for the Bearcats as across the way the Columbus State Cougars and Georgia College Bobcats make their way to the locker rooms. They're set to kick off in about an hour and a half, of course, assuming that this one ends on time. Hanger with the header out of play. Another header out of bounds will lead to another Young Harris throw-in. Bearcats win it back. Now Bryan in the middle with space, and he wants to send it deep for Narker and does. Pass on target. Narker will poke it ahead, intended for Chrétien. Narker trying to win it back, fight for the loose ball. Narker comes away with it. Narker going to send it on, and it'll fly over the crossbar. A substitution for Lander as Knight will head to the bench and Sia Jemadar, the senior from Patia, Sweden, back in the match for the Bearcats. He started this match in the starting 11 for Lander. This is his first action of the second period. Young Harris with possession far side, sliding tackle out of bounds off of Lander. The 64th minute of the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship. Scoreless between Young Harris, the 1 seed, and Lander, the 2 seed. Brock trying to keep it in play. Hanger takes it. Sends it along the sideline. Whistle and a foul against the Mountain Lions. Sent on and out of play. Another kick from the Bearcats that flies out of bounds. These two teams, the top-ranked teams in the Southeast region, 1 and 2. Lander tried to poke that one out of bounds. Mountain Lions head it back to the Bearcat defense. Brock reverses direction. Gives over to Ferguson. Ferguson's pass on to Bryan in the middle. Mountain Lions trying to get the offensive attack going. The pass intercepted away by Bryan. Now Bryan, long pass ahead to Sandy. Losing his footing momentarily was Chelsby, but he recovers to send it away. A header from Young Harris into the box. Skelton heads it away. Now another pass attempt in, but Skelton once again denies it. Mountain Lions will turn into the Bearcat defense. Here in minute 66, Young Harris trying to mount an attack. They push it all the way back over the midfield line. Pass near side to Fisher. Fisher going to send a cross in, but way too strong. Hanger comes away with it. Young Harris trying to apply pressure offensively, and a header out of bounds by the Mountain Lions. So a Bearcat throw in from the far sideline. And a whistle and a foul. I think they're going to call Bryan for a push in the back. Ball sent all the way back to Fisher. Pass off target. Narker with it. Jamadar sliding pass across the pitch. Mountain Lions with possession. Ball sent long and out of play, far sideline. It'll be a Lander throw in. Pass into Brock, poked away by Young Harris. Ball cleared away by Koifik. Young Harris working back into the middle. Turns, send it back to King. Pushes the pass far sideline. King wants to send a deep ball. Ferguson will head it out of play. Yeah, throw in for Young Harris. Long throw in from King. The ball cleared out by Bryan. A race to get it near sideline. Chrétien comes out with it. Chrétien weaves back into the middle. Going to cross the ball over to Bryan. Bryan on the run. Bryan top of the box. Got a little ahead of himself. Trying to maintain possession. Sends it on. Shot wide. Goal kick for Young Harris as it was never touched by Chelsby. Narker will come out, and Robbie Young, junior from Motherwell, Scotland, back in the match for the Bearcats. So Chelsby take the goal kick for Young Harris. Ball sent in, dangerous. But Withers came out and got it. And rolled away, but King comes away with possession. His cross deflected. And Lander will take it back. Hanger looking for help. Over midfield to Chrétien. Chrétien send it ahead, and Robbie Young going to be called offsides. '71st minute. No score between Young Harris and Lander in this conference tournament championship. Sandy applying some pressure. Young Harris Really mishitting the ball in the back end. Ridley tries to cut it back into the middle. Out of play, and a throw into Lander. So right in front of the Mountain Lion bench. Bryan will give way, and Skelton will take it now. Skelton sends it to the far corner, headed by the Mountain Lions. Hanger trying to find space and turn. Plays it along the far sideline. Fight for the ball, out of bounds. It belongs to Lander. Ball headed down into the corner. Out of bounds will be a throw in to Young Harris. 72nd minute here of this scoreless championship match. Ball push near side, Jack. Bryan closing in on him. And a pass back in the middle. Chrétien and Fisher racing for it. Fisher clears it back towards midfield. Ball headed about. Now Young Harris has numbers. Mountain Lions on the attack right side. Sliding deflection made by Skelton. And denies Young Harris a clean shot opportunity. But a throw in to the Mountain Lions from the far sideline. Mountain Lions send it back to midfield. Fisher will set and send the ball in. Hanger clears it away defensively for Lander. Ball sent back to Chelsby. Another long pass. Skelton with the header. And a whistle and a foul against the Bearcats in midfield. Rowe turning into the middle. Sends it to Fisher. Fisher with some space. Ball rolls in, diving stop made by Withers. Tried to roll it to the far post. Wrapped it around Bryan. But Withers makes the grab. 74th minute here in Evans, Georgia. The scoreless Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship matchup between Lander and Young Harris. Short goal, or short kick rather, to Bryan. Now Jamadar. On to Chrétien. Chrétien, a touch to Bryan. Bryan will boot it over everything. Young Harris will make a substitution as Jessen Vanderploem back in, freshman from the Rotterdam, Netherlands. So he will come on to replace, it's like Val Feeney going to check out for Young Harris. Skelton heads it out of play. Young Harris throw in. We enter minute 76 here in the championship. Ball crossed near side to Jack. Jack wants to send it into the box. Off the foot of the Bearcats, off of Ridley, and corner kick coming. Corner kick from the near side for the Mountain Lions. Bearcats and Mountain Lions set themselves for this corner. Ball sent on and sent away by Lander. Ball crossed near side. Young with a pass intended for Bryan, and a foul called against Young Harris. Be Withers who will take the kick. '77th minute as Withers prepares himself. Bearcats with their 3 defenders back in midfield, everybody else ahead. Mountain Lions take the header, but it goes back to Brock. Brock will curve it to Bryan. Bryan reverses direction, sends to Ridley. Ridley, out of time. Now Young Harris converges on him. He sends it away to Ferguson across the pitch. Pass too long from Ferguson, won by Jack. Chrétien trying to get it back for Lander as Koifig battles with him. He passes it off to the far side. Ball into the middle. Brock got a piece of it. And a scrum for it. And possession to Young Harris. Mountain Lions, long ball ahead. Into the corner. Ferguson sliding tackle out of bounds. Throw in Young Harris. King, the top corner of the box. Looking for help. And he boots it off a Bearcat defender. Like some confusion from Lander defensively there. So the Mountain Lions will attempt the corner from the far end. 79th minute. We'll have substitutions. Mehdi Hadain, senior from Lorient, France, set to come in for Young Harris. Lars Kveseth will check in for the Bearcats. Kveseth, sophomore from Gjøvik, Norway. Gomez will come to the bench for Young Harris. Chrétien checks out for Lander. So the corner kick upcoming from Young Harris. Ball sent in over the top of the crossbar and out of play. Withers will survey the field in front of him and prepare for this goal kick. In minute 80, conference tournament championship. Ball hung up in the air a long time, and the wind got it, and it just sort of died as it's won away by Vanderpluim. Back it goes to Chelsby. Sandy with some token pressure. As the ball sent on. Skelton with the header. Young with defenders around him. Able to maintain for a moment before it's won away. And Hadain tripped at midfield. Foul be called on Brock. Oliver Brock will be issued a yellow card here in the 81st minute. That's our first booking of the day. Very intense, at times, a chippy match between these two, but that's our first card we've seen this afternoon. These two clubs know the importance of keeping 11 men on the pitch. Don't want to be at a disadvantage here with the tournament title on the line. So a free kick upcoming for Young Harris. Pass goes into King, left side. King hesitates. Now wants to send it in, right into Withers. Ball sent out to Brock. On to Bryan, out of play. We'll have another substitution. Sandy comes out and George Knight back in the match, junior from Basingstoke, England, for Lander. It is the 82nd minute. Lander and Young Harris scoreless. Chelsby, high kick. A whistle and a foul against Skelton. King with another free kick opportunity. Sent on, Withers takes it on the bounce. An attacker in the box for Young Harris, but the pass too deep. Another short ball to Bryan. Goes to Ridley. Now Withers will send it to midfield. And then Young tackled. A foul against the Mountain Lions. Brock readying himself for a free kick in minute 83. Knifes that one through the wind. Headed on by Lander. Knight's got it at his feet. Mountain Lions clear it out. Bryan with the ball now on the near sideline. Over to Brock. Send it into Jamadar. Jamadar on to Bryan. Bryan into the corner. Two Mountain Lions in the area. And they send it away near sideline. Nobody back in a white jersey. Brock with a long pass on. Headed out of play. Throw in Young Harris. '84th minute of action in this tournament title. Mountain Lions will throw in. A short throw to the far sideline. So they swing it back near side now. On to Jack. Bryan steadies in front of him. Now Fisher. Send it away. The header from Brock. Foot race and Kavesev darts in front of Vanderbloom. And now wants to turn. Out of play, Lander throw in. The Bearcats will make another substitution. Luke Narker, the sophomore from Decatur, Georgia, back in as Bryan will take a seat. '85th minute underway as Knight whistled for a foul. Give Young Harris possession. We go back and forth now. Lander will get it right back. Jamadar into Young. Bearcats lose possession, but battle and get it back defensively. Skelton on Jamadar. Jamadar will push it near side. Ridley now. Ridley pass near sideline. Trying to get to Robbie Young. And then a scrap down at the end line between Young and Koifik, and like Young going to be called for a foul. 86th minute of regulation, no score. Mountain Lions uncork a long ball. Skelton with the header, and Knight's got a little bit of room. Knight turns, gives it back to Young. Young brought down corner of the box. We play on. Out of play, throw in to Lander. Like some confusion is, like one official was motioning for a foul, but a whistle never came. Like our side judge here might have been indicating for a free kick, but the main official never blew a whistle. So Narker throw in near sideline. Ball played in the box. Skelton going to fire over the crossbar. Had an opening, but just pushed it high. Now Chelsby will set for the goal kick. Chelsby sends it away with the left foot. High header from Skelton. Ball still up for grabs. Another header. Now King passes it back to the Bearcats. Ball sent on, intended for Young. Collision in the midfield. Narker comes out with it. And Narker had it taken back the other way. Jack near sideline. Narker in hot pursuit. Jack. Give back to Hedane. Hedane will send into the box. Ball headed. And now we'll have a stoppage of the clock in the 88th minute. There's a Mountain Lion down. Back on Young Harris's end of the pitch. The Bearcat possession in the 88th minute. Look down, Skelton smacked his hands together. Knows he had an opportunity to put his club up 1-0 just a minute ago. Had the opening, but the shot just powered high over the crossbar, and Chelsby didn't have to make the play. Fisher back in the match for Young Harris. Harris will take the free kick and boot it back to Lander. Loud exhortations from both benches here. Clock is not running. Now it goes. It was stuck on 2:40 there for a few seconds. Fight for the ball far sideline. Out of play to Young Harris. Now they've moved the clock down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds, so it took 18 seconds off. And then a whistle against the Bearcats. We move into the 89th minute as Young Harris prepares for a free kick. King will take it for the Mountain Lions as Young Harris floods everybody to the left side of the pitch. Ball headed on. Withers is there. .90 seconds remaining in regulation as Withers motions for his teammates to head down the pitch. Ball won by Lander. Ridley sends it ahead to Chelsby. Now Chelsby can hold and let the Mountain Lions get in position. Chelsby will move over near side. We go into the 90th minute of regulation in a scoreless match between Lander and Young Harris, and a foul. Skelton has been called for a foul. Now check it. Skelton has not been called for a foul. I'm sorry. Andreassen's been red carded. Seba Andreassen has been sent out of this match. As Skelton bleeding profusely as he comes to the sideline. The way Skelton reacted, I thought that they had called him for a foul, but he is irate. Andreassen appears to have hit him with an elbow, and Andreassen's been sent off of this match with 54 seconds remaining, it appears. Skelton furious as he's tended to on the bench. Ball headed away by Young Harris. 45 seconds to go. Bearcats prepare for the throw-in. Narker comes over to take it. Clock down to 33 seconds. Throw-in. Whistle and foul. 23 seconds to go as Young Harris they go one final kick away, and the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Skelton still on the bench for Lander. They can't put him back out until he stops bleeding. Meanwhile, Young Harris now playing a man down with 18 seconds remaining in regulation. Now it looks like a Mountain Lion slowly making his way off the pitch. High drama here at Blanchard Woods Park in Evans, Georgia. Young Harris will send in Sondre Olsen, freshman from Tromsø, Norway. That was Schwinn who was injured. Long ball sent away. Bearcats booted out of bounds. 10 seconds. Mountain Lions will throw it in. Sent away. And we will go to overtime. In the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship, 90 minutes, not enough. Extra time coming up when we return to Blanchard Woods Park in Evans, Georgia. You're listening to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship live on the PBC Network. Back in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship match, Rickson Lane with you on the PBC Network. Regulation has come and gone. We are still scoreless, so we move to overtime. The next goal will decide the Peach Belt Conference Tournament title. Top-seeded Young Harrison, second-seeded Lander. Number 2 and 7 in the nation, 1 and 2 in the Southeast. The Bearcats will kick it off here. Oh, pardon me, Young Harris will kick it off as Mountain Lions set up to begin this overtime session. 10 minutes, a goal will end it. If there is no goal in this 10-minute session, we'll play another. Young Harris playing a man down after Seba Andreasen was sent off with a red card with just minutes remaining in the second period. Hanger, long pass ahead. Harris a pass near side. Ferguson with the header. Now Bryan's ball ahead for Knight, and he's tackled and brought down by King. Ball sent in by Brock. Punched away by Chelsby. Hanger turns it right side. His cross deflected. Throw into Lander. Ferguson heads it forward. Chrétien trying to get to it for Lander. Ball sent deep. Kveseth with the ball. And Bryan commits the foul at midfield. Bryan will be issued a yellow card. Second yellow against the Bearcats today. Brock has also received one. It's the third booking of the match. King will take the free kick in the 93rd minute. Ball sent to the far side, headed on in the box. Knocked away by Lander. Young Harris wanted a penalty. They were not going to get it. Ball sent back to King. Skelton wins the header. Hanger a high kick. Fight for it in midfield. Brock going to cross it near side. Ferguson on to Bryan. Bryan reverses direction. Bryan sending it on Knight. Knight, header wide. A tough angle there. Knight took a crack at it. Throw into Jemadar near side. Ball cross near side, Bryan. Bryan tries to keep it in play, and he could not. Out of play, goal kick. Back to Young Harris. Whistle and a foul against the Mountain Lions. Oh, in the box. Poked just wide by Knight. Just missing on the near side. And we remain scoreless. Knight came so very close. But we continue here in Evans, Georgia, in the 96th minute. Long kick over everything. A throw into the Bearcats. Jemadar gives it on to Bryan. Harris wins it away. Ferguson goes up for the header. Brock with Jack closing in on him. And Chrétien brought down by Thomas. So Lander will have a free kick here in the 97th minute. Brock will take it. Ball sent in. Headed away. Back to Brock once more. Wanted to cross to the top of the box. Young Harris stepped in front of it. Offsides flag goes up against Knight. Ferguson got a piece of that one. Skelton keeps it in play. Jack with the header. Harris trying to turn and find space in the box. Lander closes. Ball deflected. And Ferguson boots it out of bounds. Thomas into the box. Backside headed away by Lander. It'll roll out of bounds. Throw in Young Harris, minute 98. Headed high, out of play over the end line. And corner kick. Young Harris with 90 seconds remaining. Mountain Lions will take it from the far corner. 99th minute of play in the conference tournament championship. Curving in, punched away, ball shot and cleared. Now Lander trying to run. Kvesic ripped down from behind. Jack reached, grabbed him around the waist, and yanked him down. Yellow card against Jack. Mountain Lions came just inches from ending it on the corner. But now Lander in the 99th minute with the kick. Bryan setting. Skelton gives it back to Bryan. On to Chrétien. Chrétien into the middle. Cross. Nobody there. Young Harris collapsed on it nicely. Fight for the ball in the mid. Final minute of overtime session number 1. Pass deflected by Chrétien. Bryan runs it down. Back it goes to Brock. Sliding tackle made by the Mountain Lions. Now they want to go back the other way. Bryan got in the way of that pass. Jamadar will push it to Hanger with 40 seconds remaining. Hanger over midfield. Looking for help. To Kvesic. Kvesic back to Hanger. 29 seconds. Hanger hesitates. Now cuts back left. Pokes it on. Bearcats maintain possession. Down to 20 seconds. Brock. Cross to Chrétien. Headed away by Young Harris. 13 seconds. Bearcats throw it in quickly. Bryan. To Chrétien. Chrétien wants to turn. Knocked away by Young Harris. Chrétien going to try one more throw in. They won't get it off. And that'll do it for our first overtime. Second extra time session coming up. Still scoreless in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship match between Young Harris and Lander. Overtime period number 2 on the way. After this, you're listening to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament live on the PBC Network. To double overtime we go in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship. Men's soccer action here at Blanchard Woods Park in Evans, Georgia. Rickson Lane with you live on the PBC Network. Top-seeded Young Harris, second-seeded Lander. Scoreless after 100 minutes of play. So we move to our second overtime session. Bearcats will kick off to begin this one. It has been a match befitting two of the top teams in the nation. Young Harris ranks second in the latest Division II national poll. Bearcats ranked 7th. And they have fought like it today. Whistle on a foul against Young Harris. Brock will take the free kick from the far sideline. Raises both arms. Now we're ready. Ball sent in, headed away by King. Young Harris wants to counter quickly. DeMutin trying to run it down for Lander. So he had Gomez chasing him down. Knocked out of play, throw in Bearcats. Gomez in hot pursuit there of DeMutin. Nearly was able to run it down. Now throw in back to Young Harris. Mountain Lions will send it in. Withers able to collect it, and he'll roll it out quickly to Hanger. Hanger with room. Pokes it around his defender. Can he keep it in play? No. Throw in to the Mountain Lions in the 102nd minute. Knocked away. Young Harris will maintain possession. Throw in will be taken by Fisher. Hanger with the header. Back to Fisher. Send on to Rowe now. Rowe in the middle of the pitch. Has to push it far side. Ball crossed in and wide. Corner kick coming up for Young Harris, last touch by the Bearcats. Well, 104th minute, and Young Harris will set for a corner. Ball sent away. Baye pushes it out. Now a fight for it. Young Harris comes away. Shot wide. Deflected by Lander, and another Mountain Lion corner. Ball delivered in. Reaching up and leaping grab made by Withers. 105th minute. Withers will boot it long. Headed out by the Mountain Lions into the Bearcat bench area as Hanger will throw it on for Sandy. Sandy working into the corner. Hesitate. Now push it in the middle. Mountain Lions cleared away, but Hanger chests it and now sets up. Sent in, deflected by Young Harris. Booted high. Hanger came in to get it. Now Chrétien trying to work out of congested areas. Jamadar pushes it to the far side. Back to Hanger. Over to Sandy. Sandy will turn and give to Hanger near sideline. Hanger into the box. Lander with possession. Brock lost it. And it's sent away deep. Nobody home for Young Harris as Skelton collects it at his feet and sends it over to Ferguson. Bearcats just play it along the back. This is Skelton. Ahead to Brock. Brock going to send a deep cross. The Mountain Lions win the header. A long pass ahead. Ferguson header. Brock with a touch out of the air. Back to Skelton. Now this is Brock who'll take it over midfield. Brock's got Hanger near side. He wants to go to him. And finds him. Hanger swerves left. Hanger back to Jamadar. Jamadar going to send it on. Nobody there. And going to push it back into the middle. Too high in the box. Fisher, long pass. Ridley able to keep it in play. Gives it back to Hanger. Now here comes Jamadar. Brock. Pass ahead, just beyond the reach of Jamadar. And it'll roll over the end line. Goal kick for Young Harris in the 107th minute as Sondre Olsen comes back in for the Mountain Lions. Chelsby will prepare for the goal kick. Slowly, Jack will make his way off the pitch for Young Harris. Long ball. Demutin with the ball at his feet. Pass ahead to Baye. Baye turns right. Pass a little off target. And cleared away as Fisher intercepted the ball intended for Sandy. Hanger, throw it into Brock. Hanger will push it back to Skelton now. Over to Ferguson. Chrétien back to Ferguson. Over to Brock now. Brock trying to get to Hanger. Hanger, double teamed, but able to get to the ball. Deflected, trying to keep it in, and off the post it goes. Corner kick coming up for Lander. Last touch by Young Harris is the call. So the Bearcats will attempt a corner in the 109th minute. It'll be Brock to take it. Brock sends it on. Goes to the back of the box. Chrétien hit hard. No whistle. Demutin with 90 seconds remaining. And now Chrétien will draw a foul. And a free kick coming up for Lander. Brock will come over to take it. Brock, high kick. Baye tried to keep it in play and couldn't. 110th minute. Chelsby We'll go set it up for the goal kick. 45 seconds to go. Ball sent away. Out of play, throw in, Young Harris, 32 seconds to go. Mountain Lions. Throw it in deep. Trying to get to Gomez. Lander pokes it away. Chrétien out with it. Out of bounds. Throw in Young Harris. 10 seconds. Mountain Lions a long throw in. Headed away. Penalty kicks to decide the conference tournament champion when we come back to Blanchard Woods Park. You're watching the Peach Belt Conference tournament title live on the PBC Network. Penalty kicks to decide your conference tournament champion here at Blanchard Woods Park. Welcome back to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament title match live on the PBC Network. Rickson Lane joining you. Top-seeded Young Harris and second-seeded Lander play 110 scoreless minutes, and we'll go now to penalty kicks to crown a conference tournament champion. It appears that Young Harris has elected to shoot first. And it'll be Jacob Withers, the freshman from North Augusta, South Carolina, in goal for Lander. This is the first penalty kick experience for both teams this season, obviously. Neither team played a overtime match in the semifinals. Kicking the goal to the left as the other freshman keeper, Christian Chelsby, freshman from Oslo, Norway, comes over. Keepers will exchange handshakes, and appears that Lander now will actually be shooting first. And so this will be Jordan Skelton, the senior from Newcastle, England, and Bearcat captain. He will start the shootout. Skelton on the season, 5 of 6 in penalties. Skelton has taken every PK attempt this season for Lander. So he'll face Chelsby. Scored it. Skelton puts it in the net, and Lander takes the 1-0 lead. So Skelton converts his 6th of the season. Mikey Rowe come on now, and he has attempted every PK this year for Young Harris. He's 5 of 5. So after this round, we'll have guys shooting who have not shot a penalty kick all season. So here comes Rowe, the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year. Chips it into the net and good. Knotted up at 1-1 after the opening round. So the Bearcats will now go with Richard Bryan, senior out of Enfield, England. Put it right down the middle and good. Chelsby tried to go right with it, and Bryan just pushed it by him. Young Harris will now send Kevin Koifik, junior from Lorient, France. Withers got a piece of it, but it rolls in. So tied up at 2. And Oliver Brock, senior from Mansfield, England, will come on to kick. Brock puts it in. So now Val Feeney will come on, junior from Roscrea, Ireland. Put it in the upper left. It is 3-3. So now Matthew Ridley on to kick. Ridley, freshman from Hartlepool, England. Beat him to the near side.
Next up for Young Harris will be number 6, Danny Fisher.
Young Harris will counter now with Danny Fisher. Sophomore, hails from Bruck an der Lithia, Austria. Got it over Withers on the far side. So up for the Bearcats comes Sia Jamadar, senior from Patia, Sweden. Jamadar sailed it high over the right side. And now Withers must make the save for the Bearcats. And for Young Harris, a chance to win. This will be Macaulay King, a senior from Narborough, England. King for the conference tournament. In off the crossbar, chips down into the net, and Young Harris keeps the unbeaten season alive. The Mountain Lions win it in penalty kicks 5-4, and Young Harris will claim the conference tournament championship in a thrilling penalty kick victory over the Lander Bearcats. Final score, Young Harris wins in PKs, and both these teams will be at home in the NCAA Regionals. That news will be confirmed tomorrow night for the NCAA Selection Show. Young Harris, your 2018 Peach Belt Conference Tournament champions. Everyone catch your breath and get ready. In about half an hour, we will have the women's title match. Columbus State and Georgia College coming up. But for now, the trophy presentation for the men's championship. Young Harris, your 2018 conference tournament champion. You are watching the Peach Belt Conference Tournament live on the PBC Network.